Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you may have already guessed, is an essence haul. The reason today is an essence haul is because I find myself going to pick up medication from Priceline once again, and I stumble across many products. Now Essence is a really good brand because it's really affordable and a lot of the products are actually my holy grails. Today I'm actually trying out quite a few products. I purchased some foundations, setting sprays, primers, eyeshadow palettes and so much more. So today's video will be a video of me showing what I purchased and also doing some swatches and some little first impressions. I will be also doing a video on a full face of Essence products, first impressions of when I apply them on my face of course, and I'll be checking in to see how the products have worn and if they're stayed intact throughout the day. Now, I wanted to mention that I've actually filmed this video twice. The first time I did film with myself on camera, however, I was very disappointed of how this video turned out because I tried the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. Yes, I crossed my fingers, and for the third time, I've tried the foundation. To my disappointment, I did break out once again. My face was a hot mess. I will be adding a few clips from the first video so you can see how my face looked and also some of the swatches and products I tried on my face. So this intro has been long enough. Let's get started.
Now forgive me, my makeup looks horrid today. I decided to try the NARS Sheer Glow one more time to see if I do like it. But I am a hot mess. It is like so greasy and like you can see it's all like, I don't know if you can see properly, but it's all separated on my face. It's not nice. This is not nice.
So the first thing I picked up was the Little Beauty Angels Color Correcting Primers. Now the beige one is the Soft Brightening Face Perfection Primer. This one brightens darker parts of the face. This one is the Green Anti-Redness Primer, which I would love to try on my cheeks because I do get quite red. The pink one balances out tired skin. All three primers are mattifying, can be used alone or under makeup, and will make your makeup long lasting. So I can't wait to try these out and see how they work on my skin. I'm normally a quite dry person, but I do get the oily T-zone as most people do. So I'm curious to see how that works on my skin. And these primers were $7.50, which I think is pretty affordable. Now I am going to swatch these primers. I'll start off with the Green Anti-Redness Primer. So I'm going to put a little bit of that onto my hand. So that primer is pretty green and that is supposed to cover up redness. So I'm curious to see how that's going to cover up the redness that I do have on my cheeks. Now it's a little bit hard to see with my lighting because my lighting is very bright. That it is pretty green. It smooths out quite nicely. It actually smells pretty good too. So can't wait to try this one out. Next I'm going to try the Pink Wake Up Effect Primer. So this, just like the green one, is pretty pink. It's like a little pale pink, like a pastel pale pink. This one is to balance out tired skin. So it might be like an illuminated one. I normally like to put this one under my eyes, or this kind of pink under my eyes. It does rub out quite light, just like the green one. It smells quite nice. They all just smell, I'm trying to figure out what they actually smell like. They smell very familiar. It's very hard to tell on my hands. I do apologize, but I will be doing a video where I do put these on my face and hopefully they work out well. Okay, so the next one I am going to show you guys is the Soft Brightening Face Primer, which is the beige one. So to me, this one looks a bit like a tinted moisturizer, but it does rub out quite translucent. So once again, I'll try these out and you'll get to see them in my next video on my face. Now the next product I have is also from the Little Beauty Angels collection, and it's the Color Correcting Concealer Palette. Now this palette has the same colors as the primers, however it has also the purple lilac color. Just like the primers, they all do the same things except the lavender eliminates dullness. So, okay. I'd like to give these a try. These do feel like they are a little bit more pasty and actually do change the skin tone, whereas the primers just felt very wet and like they didn't really conceal anything. So yes, I know one's a concealer, one's a primer, so I'm curious to see how they work in adjacent to each other. Before I forget, this palette was $6.75 and it's 12 ml palette, which I think is pretty good. So once again, something that's really exciting me to try. Very cheap and hopefully it works. Okay, the next thing I'm actually really excited to try is the Essence Stay All Day 16-hour long-lasting makeup foundation. It is a 30 ml bottle and it was $7.80. Like, come on, that's so cheap. So I did get these in 2 different shades. I got these in number 10 soft beige and a number 15 soft cream. Now I found the 10 actually felt darker than the 15, so might have to actually mix these. So I can't wait to try these out on the face and see how long they hold up for and if they do go 16 hours. Okay, next we have the Essence Instant Matte Makeup Setting Spray with Ever Matte. It is oil free. It's a 50 ml bottle and it was only $6.15, I think. Yes, $6.15. Okay, so I'm very curious to see how this works. I do love my matte spray regardless of my dry skin. Now it says it keeps your skin beautifully matte with instant matte makeup setting spray that contains Ever Matte. As a primer, it's formulated to leave your skin non-shiny and super matte. As a setting spray, its formula keeps your foundation, concealer, and blush from smudging and fading, resulting in a matte finish. So that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so next, of course, I had to get myself a mattifying compact powder or setting powder to go with the foundation. Now this is in Pastel Beige, which is a number 11. It's an extremely smooth powder for a matte, flawless finish. This was $5.23 and it is 24 mils, which is 12 grams. Okay, so I did think this powder was translucent, but it does seem to have a little bit of color to it. It does seem like it's a little bit light, so I hope it doesn't give me too much of a pale look. Okay, next I picked up the Essence Satin Touch Blush and the Matte Touch Blush. The satin one does look more like a bronzer and the matte one does look more like a blush. I don't usually use blushes at that kind of pink color, but I'm very curious to try these out. They do seem quite pigmented. I'm worried that the darker bronzier color will be a little bit too orange on my skin tone. And I'm worried that because it is satin, it might actually move on the skin too much. But yeah, we'll see how they go. They were also $5.10 each, and they are 5 grams. So I think that's pretty good. Okay, so I also picked up the All About Toffee eyeshadow palette. This has 8 different colors. Now, they are all matte apart from these 2 colors that are shimmery. The black is also has like a back speck of glitter, like barely any, but it does have a tiny bit there. Now, these lighter highlighting shades are actually really, really creamy and really pigmented, and I actually really, really like them. Now, I'm going to swatch a few more for you, and I'm actually really, really loving this palette so far. Okay, this palette was $8.20, which is pretty good. You do get 9.5 grams in here, so you do get a fair bit of product in there. I can't wait to try these out also. Next, of course, I had to grab the I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. Now, I did not pick this up in the waterproof one. I don't really wear waterproof mascaras unless I'm going swimming or if I know I'm going to be crying. But obviously, if you don't know what this mascara is, where have you been living? Because this is a really good mascara. Now, I also picked up this Volume Stylist 18-Hour Curl and Hold Mascara. It's got micro styling waxes in it. Now I actually love this wand because I'm a freaking big fan of these bristles. I normally use the Maybelline the Colossal mascara, I think it's called. That's my holy grail mascara, so I do love that wand. And I love how this one actually has like an angle, like padded brush. So I can't wait to try them out. Now the next thing I did get was the Essence Camouflage Full Coverage Concealer. Now in store I tried this out with the color 5 and I really liked the tone of it, but they only had 10 left. So it's not too bad. It does feel like it is pretty full coverage, but I also feel like when I swatched this at the store, I felt like it was even more full coverage and even more of a thicker product. So once I'm home with it, I do feel like it wasn't as great as the tester. So I don't know, I'll pat this one out here to show you how it looks. But you can clearly see it's lighter than my skin tone, so that's not a bad thing whatsoever. So can't wait to try that one also. Who doesn't love a new concealer? Now the next thing I also got was these two lip glosses. Now one is a Shine 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 Wet Look lip gloss, and it's like a metallic-y kind of color, and the other one is a matte 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 long lasting lip gloss. Now I've had the matte matte one before. I love the color, but I don't like how it does move around and can kind of give you an over lip look if you don't line it properly. But I do love that color, and the Shine Shine one was probably one of the only colors I did like in the line, and it was probably something I would put on top of another color. I wasn't a big fan of their lip colors this time around. They do have a lot of lipsticks that looked really pretty, but I just couldn't find the right colors, and the colors that were on the testers didn't match any of the lipsticks that were like in stock. So maybe next time I can grab them. Yeah, so I will be trying these out. I think I might actually be mixing these two together to see how they look. These lippies were $4.10, which I think is pretty good when you get 5 mils in there. So that's not too bad. I also did get some lip liners. I got in the Nude, which is my favorite lip liner. I always have to have at least 5 of these on me. It's number 11 and it's $2. And I think it's probably one of the best nudes or the cheaper nudes that I have ever found. It is 1 gram. I don't know how much that really means to anyone, but it's $2. So I think it's awesome. I love this color. Now I also did pick up red, and I don't normally do red. I'm not very big on red, but I thought I would try this color out. It says it's number 14, which is like Femme Fatale. I have no idea what on earth that's supposed to mean, but it actually swatches quite nicely and it's quite creamy compared to some of the other drier formulas. So that was also $2, of course, and that was fantastic. Now I also picked up a brow pencil. It has the brush on the end of the spoolie. It is in the color number 2 brown. It was $3.05, so I thought I would give it a try. Now when I swatched it, it did feel like it wasn't a very soft formula, like it was a bit dry. So I'm curious to see how it actually goes onto my eyebrow, and I'm curious to see what the color is like also. And now the Kajal pencil, which is number 4 white, so that's an eye pencil, and I think that is pretty creamy formula and should stick to my lower lash line pretty well, because I know some don't. So that was also $2. So I also picked up the Super Precise eyeliner. It's a long-lasting waterproof formula. Now this is a brush tip and it is super thin, so I'm so excited to try that out to see how it works on my eye. I also picked up the dip eyeliner, which is also waterproof, and it has the ultra soft spongy tip. So that feels like a bit of a thicker tip, so I'm a little bit worried about how it's going to actually give me my, obviously, cat eye, like that point, that perfect point. So I'll be inserting a clip here of how I did it on either side.
Now it was a really super thin tip, so It's pretty good for maneuvering, but I found like I couldn't control it very well. Like I had to make sure I flicked my eyeliner out to get that tip, otherwise it was like a blunt edge. And on this side I used the dip eyeliner with like the spongy brush. I don't mind it, I feel like it gives me more of a thicker liner look. I just didn't like how it applied over the top. I felt like it was a little bit too thick compared to this side. Overall, I think if you could actually mix them, use the thinner one over your eye and then use this one for your line, I think it could work pretty well. But overall, they're pretty good. They do feel a little bit tacky and a little bit heavy, but for a super cheap product, I think it's pretty good.
Those eyeliners were actually $5.75, which is also pretty good for an eyeliner. Alright guys, that concludes my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! I almost forgot those eyeliners were actually $5.75, which I think is pretty good. Now that's all for my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.